What is up, YouTube? Zar-Kombat. UFC Nashville is going down this Saturday. Um, it's a big fight card, man. But the Beast, Derek Lewis, we've got Kevin Cates on the card. We've got Wonder Boy back, Chris Curtis. We've got this banger right there. Prelims are absolutely stacked, man. Zinchenko is in there. Justin Tafa's on there. So what are your thoughts on the card, man? Comment below. It's a big fight card. It's a big fight card. Got a couple of predictions. First off, the main events. Lewis versus Teixeira. I don't see how Derek Lewis loses this fight. There's absolutely no way Derek Lewis is taking an L in this fight. Teixeira, man, he's an absolute underdog, but Derek Lewis has got too much power for him, too much experience. He's just got more to give in this fight, man. So for the main event, I'm gonna have to go with Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis in the main event. I don't see how Teixeira wins. There's no way Teixeira wins this fight. They're knocked out in round 1. It's a heavyweight fight, so there's no way, absolutely no way it's going the distance. Derek Lewis, round 1, KO. He's gonna knock out Teixeira out cold, flats. Teixeira, man, yeah, Teixeira, he's getting knocked out. Kadu, hey Kadu, what's up, boy? What's up, homie? Where do I live? I'm in South Africa. South Africa, Durban. That's where I live, man. The main events. Derek Lewis is getting another highlight reel. He's knocking this guy out cold. Round 1. He's gonna celebrate with the OG celebration. Shirts off, shorts off. He's gonna throw his cup into the crowd. He's gonna KO this guy in round 1. DDP, yeah, shout out to my DDP supporter. Again, man, I'm in South Africa, so DDP's my guy. I'm a massive fan of DDP, man. I know he's gonna beat Khamzat in August, but for now, Derek Lewis versus Teixeira. Teixeira, man, his last fights, I think he fought late last year. It was a good performance, but I don't think that performance is enough to beat Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis is an OG. He's been in this game for a long time now. So again, man, in the main event, I've got Derek Lewis. He's gonna KO Teixeira in round 1. Derek Lewis, round 1 KO. Derek Lewis, round 1 KO. That's my prediction. The co-main event is a banger. Every time there's a ranked featherweight fights, it's always a banger, man. It's always a banger. Kevin Cates is an animal. He's been taking a couple losses, but he's back. He's fighting someone that's ranked below him, so I've also got Cater on that one. just because of the experience. Garcia he's not a beginner. He's been in this game. If you guys don't know who Steve Garcia is, go check out his fights on YouTube, man. Steve Garcia is an animal, bro. Do I follow soccer or American football? Soccer, bro. I don't watch the NFL. I'm in South Africa, so we don't watch the NFL. Yeah. Back to the co-main events. Uh, Kevin Cater versus Steve Garcia. If you guys don't know who Steve Garcia is, please go check him out on YouTube. Go watch his highlights. Go watch. Go watch his past fights. You'll become a fan. Guy's an animal, but again, man, I'm gonna have to go with the experience here. Kevin Cater is much more experienced. He's been in this game. He's faced everyone from Jeremy Stevens to Max Holloway to Dan Ige. Kevin Cater has been there. He's seen it all. So just because Kevin Cater has been in this game, who has been in the UFC and has been fighting high-level guys for such a long time. And this one, I'm gonna have to go with Kevin Cater. Kevin Cater by decision. But Kevin Cater by decision. I think Kevin Cater is gonna outstrike Steve Garcia. I just think it's gonna be too much for him. Steve Garcia is gonna lose to Kevin Cater. Another banger fight, man. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus the guy from Brazil. I don't know how. I don't think that Stephen Wonderboy is gonna win this fight. I feel like this fight right here is the old generation versus the new generation, and I've got Born Fame in this fight. Nah, man. Encore is saying Thompson's gonna win. I don't think Thompson's gonna win, man. I don't think Thompson's gonna win. I've got Born Fame winning this fight. Encore is saying maybe a comeback, maybe, but you know, Stephen Wonderboy, I think he's like 42 now. He's 42 years old. I've got Born Fame winning this fight. I think I'm gonna go round 2, TKO. Born Fame, round 2, TKO. Yeah, Thompson is a great striker. He's got the experience, but he's an old man now. He's been in this game for a while. He's been losing to all the young dogs. He got knocked out by Buckley last December, so I don't think he can come back from that one. So for the Thompson versus Bormin fights, I've got Born Fame winning that fight. Got Born Fame round 2 TKO. Born Fame round 2 TKO. Born Fame round 2 TKO. And then we've got another fight, and it's at welterweight. I thought Chris Curtis was at middleweight, so I guess it's coming down to welterweight. It's a good decision. It's a good decision for him because at middleweight, all the guys are bigger than him. So Chris Curtis coming down to welterweight is a great decision for him. It's a great move, and they gave him a good fight in his first fight because Max Griffin is not the best striker, he's not the best grappler, but he's been doing enough to win. You can't make it at middleweights. Yeah, Anko is saying that Chris Curtis can't make it at middleweights. Yeah, I think so too, man. He's been taking losses. I think the last fights he had was against what's the guy? His last fight was against that guy, man. He's fighting in UFC 318. Brendan Allen. His last fight was against Brendan Allen, and he was looking good in that fight. I think he had an injury, and so that affected his game plan. But Brendan Allen was bigger than him in that fight. He was losing that fight, so Chris Curtis is coming down to welterweights. That's a great decision for him, and I've got him winning this fight, man. This fight, Chris Curtis versus Griffin. I've got Chris Curtis winning this fight. Anko is saying that Chris Curtis gets faster and stronger for middleweights. Yeah, he's gonna be faster and stronger for middleweights. He's gonna be faster for sure. For sure, he's gonna be faster and he's gonna be stronger. I don't know how the weight cut is gonna be for him. I think this is his first time he's gonna be fighting at welterweight in the UFC. Chris Curtis. So yeah, man. I think this one is gonna go to decision as well. I've got Chris Curtis beating Max Griffin by unanimous decision, and I think it's gonna be a fun fight. Every time Chris Curtis is in there, it's always a war. It's always a banger fight. So we know that whenever Chris Curtis is fighting, it's always an amazing fight. So for this one, I've got Chris Curtis winning the fight. So Spectrum is asking me, who do I have, DDP or Khamzat? Listen, again, man, I'm in South Africa, so I'm a big fan of DDP, man. Big fan of DDP. I want DDP to win. I believe DDP is gonna win. I don't see how our Khamzat is gonna beat DDP, man. Unless he maybe submits him in round one, I don't know. But yeah, I've got DDP, man. DDP, the belt is staying here in SA. It's not going anywhere. It's staying here with us. But anyway, back to the card, man. UFC Nashville is going down this Saturday. Again, going back to this pick here. Chris Curtis versus Max Griffin. I've got Chris Curtis winning his welterweight debut in the UFC. It's my prediction. I think it's going to be a decision for Chris Curtis. It's going to be a fun fight. Chris Curtis is never in a boring fight. I think he was supposed to fight in UFC Baku. I don't know what happened, but I didn't fight there. But he's fighting now. But Chris Curtis winning by UD. Let me read some comments here. Anko is saying Hart says DDP. Me too, man. Hart is saying DDP. My brain is saying DDP. DDP all the way, man. I'm a big believer in him. Listen, when DDP beats Robert Whittaker, listen, when he won that fight, he made me a believer, and I think he's gonna hold that belt until he retires. He's gonna become the GOAT at middleweight, and no one is taking his belt. No one is taking his belt. You see some other comments here. Yeah, Uncle boy. Yeah, I'm being biased for my own country, and it's not. I'm not even being biased, man. I'm not being biased. Like, I really believe he's gonna win. Again, another comment from Travion Stridom, Trickus Duplessis or that. DDP, man. I'm South African, so I'm backing my boy. I've got DDP, maybe round 4 TKO. I've Got DDP around 40 KO. Back to UFC Nashville. Uh, Chris Curtis versus Max Griffin. Back to the prediction to anyone who just came onto the live. Chris Curtis is winning that fight by UD. It's his first fight at welterweight in the UFC. He's going to be bigger than Max Griffin. I think he's going to be faster. I don't know how his chin is going to be, but he's always had a solid chin, so I think it's gonna hold up. But I've still got Chris Curtis winning that fight. Let's go back to the comments. Soul Spectral is saying that everyone is underestimating DDP. Yeah, man. Listen, I know DDP is not. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look like the best striker. It doesn't look like a prime Conor McGregor when he's in there. But he wins fights. He wins fights, and you know he's got the heart. So I don't see anyone at middleweights beating him. And I'm not being biased because I'm South African. I've got DDP winning that fight. Back to the UFC Nashville. Matthews versus Njokwani. Matthews versus Njokwani. It's a good fight. That's a good fight. The last time I saw Matthews fight, I think he was fighting at one of those pay-per-views in Australia, and he looked good. But yeah, man, Njokwani is an animal. I don't see how he beats that guy. I don't see how he beats that guy, but I don't know who I'm gonna pick for this fight. For this fight right here, I don't know who I'm gonna pick, but if I had to pick someone, I'm gonna go with Njokwani because his last few fights he's been finishing guys and he's been looking great, man. His striking is always getting better and guys just can't seem to take him to the ground. And with this fight, it's gonna be a striking war. It's gonna be a striking fight. It's not gonna go to the ground. So if it's not gonna go to the ground, I feel like Njokwani is gonna win this fight, and I'm gonna have to go Njokwani unanimous decision. I'm gonna have to go Njokwani unanimous decision. That's my pick for that fight. Let's go back to the comments. Trayvon is saying Chimaev won't get a second chance. Former fighter quality doesn't finish him early. He's done. Listen, if Chimaev does not submit DDP in round one, I feel like DDP is going to push the pace. DDP is going to be in his face the entire time. We've seen Chimaev get tired. He gets exhausted. DDP, he got the nose fixed. So when he did that, man, no one has been able to beat him when it comes to the cardio. So again, man, I'm going with DDP. I'm going with DDP. That's my guy. That's, you know, I'm South African, so I have to pick him. So Spectral is saying Ilya Taporia versus Islam. Do I think Islam can submit him? Yeah, I think Islam can submit anyone at lightweights and at welterweights. I think he can submit anyone, but Taporia, man, listen, man, Taporia KO Charles. I thought Charles was the guy that was going to beat him. I thought Oliveira had a bigger chance of beating Taporia than Islam because he's a tall guy. So you know, we had the range on him. He's a better striker than Islam, and he's got great jiu-jitsu, but Taporia knocked him out. So I don't know, man. With Ilya Taporia versus Islam, I'm gonna have to go Taporia. I'm gonna have to go Taporia, not because I feel like he's a better fighter than Islam, man. Because of the confidence, the manifestation, I'm gonna have to go with Taporia. Listen, man. So Spectral is saying that he lost money when he bets on the Charles fights. Charles versus Taporia. Listen, I betted on Charles. I thought Charles was gonna win. I thought Charles was gonna get the W. He lost, but I not only did I not only did I bet money on Oliveira winning, I've been a fan of Oliveira since 2021. So I'm a big fan of his. When Supporter KO knocked him out, I couldn't watch. Couldn't watch. I'm not gonna lie, man. I couldn't watch. Uh, there's a comment here saying that Islam crashes Tuporia. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know, man. We don't know. But we know that we all want to see that fight. Maybe Islam submits him, but if Islam is not, one thing I know, Islam will not strike with Tuporia. That's for sure. He's not going to strike with Tuporia, so most likely we'll take him to the ground and try and get a submission. Let's read some more comments. There's a guy here saying that they use Charles to prop up Tuporia. Listen, I think the UFC knew what they had in their hands. They knew that Tuporia is an animal, man, and that Tuporia he's just an animal, man. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I'd say maybe the UFC knew what they were doing, but it doesn't matter anyway, man. My boy Charles got KO'd flat. It hurts, still hurts, but yeah, man. I hope Charles one day gets to fight for the BMF belts before he retires. But back to the card, Matthews versus Njokwani. Njokwani is winning the fight. Unanimous decision for Njokwani. I think I'm done with the main card, so I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna say my main card predictions one more time before I go to the prelims. The main event: Lewis versus Teixeira. Derek Lewis, round 1, KO, flat. It's an easy one. Co-main event: Calvin Keita versus Steve Garcia. Man, Garcia's losing that fight. I've got Calvin Keita. I'm gonna have to go with a unanimous decision for Calvin Keita because of the experience. What a fight! Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Bonfim. Steven, man, Steven is my boy, but he's getting old. He's fighting all these young guys. He's losing that fight. Round 2 TKO. That's an easy one. And then another fight. Chris Curtis is coming down to welterweight. But Chris Curtis winning that fight. He's gonna be stronger. He's gonna be faster than Griffin. So I think he wins that fight. Another fight at welterweight to open up the main card. Matthews versus Njokwani. Njokwani is winning that fight. Njokwani is winning that fight. I've got him by unanimous decision. Let me read some comments before I go to my prelims predictions. Soul Spectral is asking me if somehow Francis Ngannou versus Espinal were to happen, who do I think wins? If it happened in this year, in 2025, Espinal versus Espinal versus Ngannou, I've got Espinal. Espinal is younger, he's faster, and I think he packs more KO power. Francis Ngannou, yeah, Francis has the power, but that's all he has. Maybe if the fights happened in 2018, I would have picked Ngannou, but if it happened now, while Tom Aspinall is in his prime, I don't see how Tom Aspinall loses. Let me read some more comments. Trayvon is asking me what sports do I do? Boxing. I do boxing. That's boxing and MMA. But I'm not working, so boxing, MMA. Yeah, that's my sport. Let's go to the prelims. The prelims are also stacked. Got some banger fights in the prelims. The prelim headliner, we've got the Nigerian guy versus Walker. It's happening at heavyweight. That's a big fight at heavyweight. That's a big fight at heavyweight. So for that one, I've got the Nigerian guy winning round 2 TKO for him. I think that's an easy fight for him. And then we've got Patrino versus Austin Lane. Another fight at heavyweight. We've got a lot of fights at heavyweights for UFC Nashville. But for Patrino versus Austin Lane, I don't know. I think Patrino has this one. I think Austin Lane, he's been losing a couple fights. Austin Lane, he's not the best striker. He doesn't have any ground game. So I think Patrino takes it to the ground and gets an early submission. He's going to submit Austin Lane early round 1. Justin Tafa versus, I don't know who is fighting. So I think this is a newcomer at heavyweight for the UFC. So just for that, I'm gonna have to go with Tafa on that one because I don't know who this guy is. Justin Tafa, I've got him winning just because he's fighting this guy. I don't know who that guy is. But it's a heavyweight fight. So most likely they're gonna be standing and it's gonna be a war. But the women's fights, no one cares about the women's fights. Respectfully, we don't care. But if I had to choose, I'd go with Murphy. And not because I think that she's better than the other girl, but because, you know, I only know Murphy. I don't know the Brazilian girl. Murphy, I think she lost to Shevchenko a couple of years ago. So she's got the experience over this girl over here. So go with Murphy on that one. Don't really care. And then I'm not gonna bother with this fight. Don't know who these girls are. So I'm not even gonna make a prediction for that one. Yeah, UFC Nashville, it's going down Saturday. Can't wait. There's no UFC last week, so you've been bored. They're back. They've got a stacked main card. I feel like they could have gotten a better main card. Maybe Michael Chandler versus Rufi could have happened here. But another Derek Lewis main event in 2025. I don't know why the UFC are so lazy, man. But listen, we're gonna take what they give us, and this is what they're giving us. So it's better than no UFC. But anyway, I feel like every card on the main card is a banger. So the main card, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. The first card on the main card is gonna be an absolute, it's gonna be a war. Matthews versus Njokwani is gonna be a war. Chris Curtis versus Griffin is also gonna be a war. Chris Curtis does not know what a boarding fight is, so it's gonna be a war. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, born fame. Unfortunately, he's getting knocked out. It's my prediction for the fights. He's fighting another up-and-comer. He's losing that fight. And then we've got the OG, Kevin Cater versus Steve Garcia. It's going to be a war, man. It's going to be an epic fight. I think it's going to go all 3 rounds. Kevin Cater versus Garcia is going all 3 rounds. It's my prediction, and I've got Cater winning that fight. And then the OG, Derek Lewis, he's shutting it down in Nashville. I've got him winning by KO. KO, let's see KO round 2. Soul Spectral is asking me, is John Jones the GOAT? Name my top 5. Nah, John Jones for me, he can't be the GOAT. He can't be the GOAT because he used steroids. A lot of steroids at the beginning of his career, so he can't be the GOAT for me. My top 5, I'm gonna have to go. Number 1, Demetrius Johnson. Number 2, GSP. Number 3, I'm gonna Charles Oliveira. Number 4, Anderson the Spider Silva. And then number 5, Dustin Poirier. That's my top 5. Demetrius Johnson, GSP, Charles Oliveira, Anderson Silva, and Dustin Poirier. That's my top 5 all time. Top 5. Listen, drop a couple comments. Leave. Again, UFC Nashville, it's going down. It's a solid main card, solid prelims. Cannot wait. So Spectrum is saying, what about GSP? That's the welterweight GOAT, man. That's the welterweight GOAT. He's got the most defense at our welterweights. He's got no, he didn't use steroids. He beat everyone. He did it the hard way. He did it the fair way, and yeah, GSP, man. That's my number 2 on the GOAT list. John Jones for me cannot be a GOAT. Can't be the GOAT. He ducked Thomas Pinot. He ducked Daniel Cormier, DC. He ducked Francis Ngannou. He ducked the Reyes rematch. He ducked Jan Blachowicz. He took drugs to win all his fights. He took drugs to win all his earlier fights. So I don't see how John Jones is the GOAT. For me, I think Ilya is also becoming one of the GOATs in the UFC. Listen, he beats Volk KO, Max Holloway KO, Charles Oliveira KO. I think that puts you up there with the GOATs, man. Ilya Topuria. I'm gonna end the live stream soon, so drop a few more comments and I'll answer your questions, and then I'm out of here, man. So Spiritual is saying, I think John Jones Prime would defeat anyone, even though he's a trash human. Listen, John Jones in his prime. So Spectral, I'm gonna tell you this: John Jones in his prime would not have any title defenses if he wasn't on drugs. If he wasn't on steroids, he wouldn't have beat DC. If he wasn't on steroids, he wouldn't have beat what's the guy's name? Lyoto Machida. If he wasn't on drugs, he wouldn't have beat Lyoto Machida. If he wasn't on steroids, he wouldn't have beat Richard Evans. If he wasn't on steroids, he wouldn't have beat Rampage. He won all those fights on steroids, bro. So he can't be in the GOAT discussion. That's my opinion. He can't be. Using steroids to win fights, you can't be one of the GOATs. You can't. But that's my opinion, though. I don't know. That's my opinion. Read a few more comments before I log off. Again, man, UFC Nashville, solid main card, solid prelims. Please subscribe, please follow, Please like. Yeah, that's it for me, guys. Kind of tired, so I'll post a couple more videos later this week. I'll be live streaming my reaction to UFC Nashville this Saturday, so keep an eye out for that. Like, subscribe. Zar-Kombat, peace. Yeah.